So Ari, if you turn to page 543 in your book, you'll see lesson 10.1, fractions and multiples of unit fractions. All right. So let's go over this problem first in the beginning to introduce the concept. Khalil and Mara were working on their math homework. Mara wrote 4/5 as 1/5 plus 1/5 plus 1/5 plus 1/5. Khalil looked at Mara's work and said, hey, I think you could use multiplication to show that instead of addition. Do you think he's right? Yes or no? So if you do 1/5 plus 1/5 plus 1/5 plus 1/5, you do know that we get 4/5. That's called addition of fractions, and you just did that. But today we're going to look at how we can take 1/5, which is called a unit fraction, because it has a numerator of 1. Any unit fraction has a numerator of 1. So how can we take a unit fraction and turn that into a multiplication equation? So think about what multiplication is. Multiplication is repeated addition. So instead of adding 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 to give us 12, we come up with 3 times 4, which is 12. So when we're doing this concept, instead of doing 4/5 is 1/5 plus 1/5 plus 1/5 plus 1/5. So instead of adding 1/5, which is a unit fraction 4 times, we can rewrite that as 1/5 times 4 equals 4/5. We can also show that in a diagram, right? It's hard for me to draw a diagram while I'm writing, but 1/5, 2/5, 3/5, 4/5. 1/5, 2/5, 3/5, 4/5. Okay, we don't have a 5/5. So 1/5 plus 1/5 plus 1/5 plus 1/5 equals 4/5. And 1/5 times 4 also equals 4/5. Right? We go back to regular multiplication. That shows us that multiples of 3, 6, 9, 12. You can take 3, multiply it by 4 to give you 12. Right? So 3 is a multiple of 12. 1/5 times 4 is 4/5. Same thing. 1/5, 2/5, 3/5, 4/5. So this lesson is to show you how multiplying by unit fraction times a whole number can still give you a fraction instead of repeated addition. Okay, so let's go and take a deeper look. Let's turn the page to page 544. All right. Here we go. 544. Courtney ran 3/4 of the way to school. Describe 3/4 using unit fractions. Remember, a unit fraction has a denominator of 1. So 1/4, 1/4, 1/4. That's 3/4. So all you have to do to describe 3/4 using unit fraction is to say 1/4 plus 1/4 plus 1/4 is 3/4. Or you could do 3 times 1/4. 3 equal 1/4 parts. It still looks the same on a diagram and a number line if you would do 1/4 plus 1/4 plus 1/4. But instead you're using 3 times 1/4. So 3 1/4 pieces, right? Which would give you 3/4. So here's how they make it look. 3 times 1/4 is the same as 1/4 plus 1/4 plus 1/4. So 3 times 1/4 equals 3/4. So what does that mean? That means 3/4 is a multiple of 1/4. And we know that because if we count by 1/4, that's multiples of 1/4. 1/4, 2/4, 3/4, 4/4, 5/4, 6/4. So those are all multiples of 1/4. Just like 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. Those are all multiples of 3. So, in the same sense, 3/4 is a multiple of 1/4. Okay, that's just a quick little example that they gave you on page 544. So let's go to page 545. Page 545, another example. Describe 5/4 as a multiple of a unit fraction. 5/4 is 5 1/4 parts. And you already know that 5/4 means you have one whole and one extra part. You learned that in the last lesson. So 1/4, 1/4, 1/4, 1/4, and 1/4 is 5/4. We could write a really long addition equation to show that 1/4, 1/4, 1/4, 1/4 plus 1/4 is 5/4. Or faster, we could say 5 times 1/4 is 5/4. Okay, model with math. Draw a picture to explain why 3/5 is the same as 3 times 1/5. So it says check students' work. That means you draw a picture to show that 3/5 is 3 times 1/5, just like up here, except you'll draw it, Miss Kathy will check it. Number 2, write a multiplication equation to show each part of the following story. Mark's family ate 7 chicken pot pies for dinner. There are 7 people in Mary's family. Each member ate 1/4 of a pie. So the multiplication equation would be, you already know the total, 7/4 is 7 1/4 pieces. So 7 times 1/4 is 7/4. That's the equation. That's how you write an equation. Okay, and then I'll hide this part. I'll show you number 3 and number 4 on Do You Know How? 3 and 5, I mean. They want you to fill in the missing number. So it's either going to be a whole number or a unit fraction. So 2/3 equals blank times 1/3. Well, you know, since 2/3 is there and the unit fraction is 1/3, then the missing number is 2. Okay. Number 5, 4 halves. So you know you have halves as your denominator. So 4 halves is 4 times 1/2. So your missing number was 1/2. Okay, so you try 5/6. And you try 6/5. So you try number 4 and number 6. Then when you get to independent practice, it says write each fraction as a multiple of a unit fraction. So I'll show you the first one. 3/4 equals 3 times 1/4. You try the rest and I'll send the answers to Miss Kathy.